potential of IO Timbersaw, right? Like last time around, they were a little bit more assured about it because it was first pick IO, so they could just snap pick AA right away. Here, they grab Rubik, who is still good against the Timbersaw. But simultaneously, you're not committing too much. If it ends up being somebody other than the Timbersaw, like now the Leshrac, then fantastic. You still have like really good options with a Rubik.
Yeah, and it's a different. You're not as afraid of an AA either now because Leshrac just kind of runs at the enemy. You're gonna buy a BKB, and you just do so much damage that against two squishy supports like Rubik AA, you'd really have nothing against him once he got that spell immunity. However, I will say Rubik's excellent against Lesh. All the spells you steal are excellent, especially if you get the stun. It becomes an instant cast, 3-second AoE stun. Like, that's nuts.
You don't have room for Nyx though with the Rubik pickup, right?
I don't think you need it.
Team Secret.
They go for the instant morphling. Okay, these two heroes. Oh, it's the same as what you just said for the Rubik. Like you watch that hero and you see the limits that the players Yapsor and Nisha take it, and it's phenomenal. And you wonder why you don't see it first phase pick more often. I want to take you back to what we said at the end of the previous game, where we basically strongly suggested to Nigma to let the IO go. What, are you okay with it being picked up third time in a row? Like, was the IO not the problem, or the pairing with the IO? What?
You know, perhaps this is more of that experimentation, right? Try different Wisp partners, see if you can add anything to the repertoire.
You want to practice that in a grand finals?
I wouldn't personally, and I expect they'll have some kind of pocket prepared. I think you got to be thinking about banning Meepo if you're Team Secret. You're going up against last pick Nigma, and I'm looking at this Morphling against Meepo, not the greatest matchup, same with the Rubik, and I'd like to see that be the style that that Nigma look to execute. They're much more comfortable with this Wisp in a go high ground end game 15-20 minutes in, but they've yet to find anything that can do that except the Tiny.
It's not the greatest Wisp partner, but I do think that Phantom Lancer could actually be good this game for Nigma.
10 seconds remaining.
Is Timbersaw still in the pool?
Yep.
5 seconds.
Got to be thinking about that as well. If I'm
for either
both
team.
of these teams, good point. Yeah. I wouldn't like it as much for Secret. I think that Team Liquid proved at the previous major that Lesh beats Timber pretty handedly. There's just, it's one thing if you see a Wisp Lifestealer, but it's just kind of different timings of, like, you see a Lifestealer, you know that in the early to mid game the damage output of the enemy draft isn't going to be super scary. When there's a Leshrac, all of a sudden they can add so much firepower in those 3rd through 5th selections that your Timber might just get run over. It's more of a hero, I think, countered by the overall composition of your enemy than just one hero, with the exception of perhaps like an AA or an OD.
Dire team pick.
You see Puck ban. Let's find out what they're gonna pick. What discussion do you feel like they're having right now? Which heroes are they contemplating?
Guys, how the hell are we gonna beat Nisha? they're just looking over at we. They're like, you got a hero, right? Like you got a hero that can beat this in lane, because nobody's been able to do it so far.
I know you asked that in the green room as well. Like, what do you play against Nisha Morphling mid? Like, Weeha has the whole draft to think about what he's going to play. There's still obviously the chance that Secret's going to swap it around. We know Matu plays it as well.
Yep.
But how do you deal with the Nisha Morphling? Maybe you got to duo lane it.
Well, we'll find out. So far, a lot of teams have been having trouble, Sheaves.
Yeah.
I like the Oracle pick. We've seen this synergy with the Wisp. It's a style thing. But I guarantee you Curl's going to look a lot more comfortable on this hero, and it also sets up their win condition, which is spam the heal on the Wisp as he tethers the guy hitting the building. It's also really nice synergy with the Leshrac, who traditionally needs help surviving in the middle of fights. He wants to be fully in the fight, not playing on the outskirts, and Oracle Wisp behind him helps him do just that. Also, you're playing against the Morphling. To your point, Chiefs, maybe you just got to play up-tempo. This draft so far for Nigma can certainly do that.
And that's the thing that they tried in the first game as well, right? They tried to outplay Secret, and they were very close to do so. Couple changes here and there.
Yeah.
Could do the trick, could make the difference.
You got to be careful not getting baited into maybe taking the Timber. They go the ET themselves. So, you know, it's crazy as Secret. The thing, they're like, you ever seen the movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
What? No.
That's an old one.
They had the remake. Doesn't matter. They are so good at so many heroes that they can look at a hero like Nigma earlier today, you know, and yesterday. They picked this ET. They show, hey, this is a really good hero, and it can be played multiple lanes, multiple roles. I guarantee you, Secret picking that Elder Titan are comfortable on that as a core just as much as they are for Puppey, perhaps, if needed. And that's a huge benefit to the team, that they don't really need to scrim or even really practice too much to fully understand a hero concept and
Have
bring
we
it into
seen
the
it
draft.
core outside of a Meepo matchup, though?
No, we have not.
But Zai's played it. Zai's 100% played it. I'm not certain if it was in a match, but I know he's done it in pubs.
But then also Zai used to be a support, so he knows.
Yeah.
The hero.
Look, at this point, I mean, I would say Nisha can play anything. I'm pretty sure he'd be the morph, but Matu as well could be that morphling. Another reason that Secret, unlike other teams, can get away with first twoing it is that both cores are equally comfortable.
Taking their time. Now we've seen the IO Oracle combination before. It's very good with the saves. It's very good
Team Secret.
if you have extra saves with this as well. I was thinking about OD, but we see a Beastmaster coming out here.
I like it.
But it is protecting that one hero. We don't have that one hero yet. Or is Leshrac that one hero?
We'll see. That's just so good with the morph, so good with the ET, excellent against the Beastmaster. I like the idea Nigma is going for. I feel like this Beast hero, both to provide vision and to be able to split the map. When Nigma looks good, it's when they're playing in the corners. They need a hero like Beast to be able to do that. But right now, I look at this Secret draft and I'm terrified. And this is likely a Matu morph now, Nisha Kunkka, but that doesn't really give me a sigh of relief if I'm hoping for a game 4.
Yeah, they just picked up some like pretty tanky, beefy team fighters and a little bit of catch as well. And I think that all is right in the world.
Oh yeah,
Secret. Like if you're afraid of being run over by Nigma, you immediately resolve that with your last 2 pickups. You still have a lot of options. There are a lot of team fighter offlaners that you could have chosen, so there was no rush on that point.
Is there any risk still of cheese heroes?
10 seconds remaining.
For sure. I think if I'm Secret, though, you go for something, to your point, I think it's a free Pango game at the moment for Zai. He wants to go that route. You don't know your matchup, so I'd like to ensure that whatever hero he picks, Secret don't allow it to get screwed in the laning phase. Could even go for a Centaur. The whole pool really is open for him. For Nigma, I think it's got to be something special. The Medusa, is that still in the pool?
Yep, for now.
Troll.
Still in the pool as well?
Yeah, one or the other. Oracle Troll, another liquid special. I think that's the sort of thing I like, because you already have the natural steroid and the self-sustain, so you can't kill the Troll, and if he stays alive long enough in the fight, he's just going to kill everything, plus you shred buildings, which is real nice when you have the Beast to back it up.
Not, if they would go for the Troll, it's not very heavy on the old team fight, something that Secret is quite okay on. They picked the Dragon Knight, get some Tower Push, they ban out a Huskar.
Okay, that is likely then a DK mid Zai Kunkka. Or vice versa, who knows?
I was about to say, there's been a lot of offlane DKs.
Ooh, they still go for the OD, which means that the Leshrac is the steroid hero.
I really would have preferred a physical damage hero. Their tower damage is now very limited. It's effectively just the Leshrac, and you're on a bit of a clock. I know OD owns the morph, but that just is up until the BKB timing.
This is also something that Nigma has been doing for the last 2 patches. If you just go back through, anytime they matched up against a team, and that team picked up a sustained offlaner, one of those tanky boys, and then grabbed another tanky mid, then they just immediately picked up OD, right? Because this concept of the drawn-out team fights where you're able to hit multiple imprisons, build up this damage, strength heroes are low on mana, like these sort of things, it just all works to the favor of OD. But Nigma was not successful with it past their run at the minor and the major.
It's a good point, too, because if you look at the game, like, they have so many resets with the Wisp, with the Oracle. Now you have offensive resets as well, plus the BKB piercing disable of a Beastmaster. In a incredibly long fight, right, Nigma will inevitably take it. The question is, can you actually survive long enough to do so? Like, especially when you consider these strength heroes are picking up halberds.
Before you continue analyzing this draft, real quick, it is going to be Nisha, Kunkka, Zai playing the Dragon Knight, Matu, Morphling, and on the side of Nigma is the way you expected, Miracle playing the Leshrac, Mind Control Beastmaster, Weehaw on the OD.
Yeah, to me, if you're going to win this game as Nigma, Miracle's got to play a perfect game. And Secret, you have a lot of people that can go off. I'm going to key in on YapzOr, because against OD, against Leshrac, this can be a dream Rubik game for him if he gets off to a good start.
I think it's going to be an interesting game for Miracle for sure. I mean, he's got so many steroids between Beastmaster and can play aggressively with Oracle. If he's going to carry any game, it's going to be this one.
All right, let's find out. Can he carry his team to force out more games in this grand finals? We're going to find out together with OD Pixel and Lacoste.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, game 3 ready to go between Nigma and Secret here in the grand finals. Secret up 2-0 at the moment. Lacoste, what do you reckon of this draft? What's your heart telling you? What's your brain telling you?
They're once again with all in, but right now, the Nigma, they don't have this steroid carry to buff up. It's Lash. He doesn't benefit that much from Io and Oracle sitting behind him. I was expecting something more like late game oriented. Yes, he comes online very quick, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. And I've seen Zai stream Dragon Knight off lane, boy. Yeah. Meteor Hammer, first item.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but that's what he was building when he was playing off-lane Dragon Knight.
Okay, I'll look forward to seeing that if it does come through from Secret, but we'll find out this game as we get stuck into this one. Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Are Secret going to be able to walk away with the 3-0, or can Nigma start to try and turn this series on its head? Nigma, very much, I mean, this lineup, once again, it's something that can play very fast, Lacoste, isn't it? You're seeing this Flash, this Beastmaster. There's a lot of tower push, and Nigma, they're going to start this game with a bang. Puppy's found in the jungle, and Miracle will kick things off with a first blood.
They have a lineup that doesn't rely on cooldowns at all besides OD, but even if his ulti is on cooldown, this is the hero that still wants to take a fight. Remember, this is not a faceless Void who wants to wait almost 3 minutes. And it's a good Rubik game, though. Like, you have Beastmaster Roar to steal, anything from Lash will feel good. Astral, the most important one that you want to go for, defensive. Roar is used, you just Astral someone.
And it'll be interesting to see, sure, the Morph, it's here again, like in Game 1, in a different capacity, though, as we said, in the side lane, Matu playing it rather than the Nisha mid. But that Game 1, when Secret did try and run the Morph, that was the game where Nigma got very close to being able to abuse the time where Morph was trying to play out and farm up the E-Blade. That whole sort of opening 22 minutes was a window that Nigma did a good job of getting ahead on. Obviously, their own mistakes sort of shot them in the foot, caused the opportunities for Secret to get back on top. But if Nigma can replicate what they're able to do in Game 1, they could have another shot at trying to break that high ground before Secret's ready to go with this.
Yeah, the mistake they made in game number 1 was going high ground before taking the Roche, which kind of backfired. But right now, they also have a nice Roche taking potential. You have Beastmaster with the Aura. You have this Lash who deals a huge amount of damage in a short period of time.
And looking at some of the expectations from the lanes, this last pick OD from Nigma in this matchup against Kunkka. Kunkka, a beefy hero, has great wave clear with the Tidebringer, but would you still consider OD a hero because of the melee factor of the Kunkka that can come out on top of this 1v1? Can Weehaw win this lane?
Knowing how good Nisha plays, it could be an even matchup, and if he gets the levels early on, on Kunkka, you'll still can go to jungle if things are not going correctly, but I don't think he should have too many issues. Yes, OD, whenever there's an Astral, he's going to use it, get the deny, and 1 or 2 CS. That's how this lane should go. But so far, Nisha doing extremely good, 7-3 against 5-3.
Yeah, solid start indeed as trade starts off even. The side lanes, interesting to see this time around, obviously beginning with mainly 2v2s rather than any tri-lane action early on. Is this something that we can expect to change? Is anyone going to get left alone, and do any supports have to start getting active elsewhere early this match?
You can leave Dragon Knight alone for 30 seconds. Try to make a move on the mid lane, especially if you have a vision on the rune, and it's Invis rune, but the only one who has the vision of it is Team Nigma, so it's not going to be efficient even if you make a rotation. Nisha harassing him a lot, 2 points in Tidebringer already doing the work. And look at this.
Second bracer nearly out. Could secure the wave attempt with the Torrent. Having that second bracer and still having that salve ready to pop if he does get low. Nisha with all the tools to keep himself strong in this lane matchup. 11 for 6 against the 7 for 8. Not having any trouble at all so far in these early levels against Weehar's OD.
Dragon Knight might go for Spirit Vessel this game. It's extremely efficient against these healing 2 supports that Nigma is having right now.
Yeah, even with sort of the ability to dispel off with the Oracle, you'd still see a lot of value in that item,
yeah.
Right? Because there's going to be situations where Oracle's not able to save, right?
Oh, I said you can leave him for 30 seconds.
Oh, they can land the stun. I mean, maybe they don't even need to land it here. Zai doing his best to try and juke it, but they've got him. Just alone a little too long. Must have hit the 31st second.
Probably, yeah. Usually I'm not wrong, especially when I am. I don't know.
And now we're seeing down bottom Matu's farm. 13 for 3. Mind control. 14 for 6. Solid start on these lanes. 2 for 0. They're already starting to build up a 1K lead.
Yep, we can hear the crowd. They want Nigma to win this game. A lot of cheering when they were entering the stage, and even right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The fans here, they just want to see more Dota 2. You know it. You know, Secret was down 2-0 at this point. They'd be cheering Secret's name. They want to see more action from these teams. And Nigma, this opening 4 minutes, they're certainly doing it. They're giving it their all to kick this game off to a much better start already than Game 2's.
Yeah, 2 Borises. I don't know, I like to call Boris when we're in the CIS region, you know?
Boris?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Doing a lot of work on the bottom. There's a huge amount of slow. Also, he should be careful about this Oracle. 2 points in the nuke.
Oh, yeah. This is that level 3 on Kuro is when he can really start to hurt. Huge amount of mana to play with, and he's got the 2 mangoes on top of that as well. So a lot of combos to drop if he sees the opportunity to start nuking. He's going to start going on to Matu a bit. Matu's got to be careful on how much he's shifted into the Agi. You cannot underestimate the burst from that level 2 Purifying Flames that Kuro has ready to go. He's just continuing to do a good job of trying to push back Matu. Continuing to open up this lane for Mind Control to free farm as the Beastmaster. Again, Matu really playing on the edge here. Sitting very, very low, back towards the bounty room. Puppey will take it away. Mind Control will chase him for his efforts, though. The ball coming in, slowing down Puppey. But Puppey's still going to be able to make it over.
TP
take another
out.
bounty rune. He's going to be able to TP out easily. There's no burst or catch to stop him, and that's Secret securing all 4 bounty runes at 5 minutes in.
Even with 4 bounties, it's still an even game.
Yeah, you can see on the CS, all 3 of Nigma's cores, just on average farming that better than that of Secret. Still, the mid lane, it's starting to step up in denies. Now that the levels are there, we are able to utilize the Astrals more frequently to take more away from the Kunkka, but it's the Kunkka. You know, at this point, Niche is going to be able to head to the neutral camps, make sure that his creep hitting stays on top.
It's going to be really tough to land any combo from Kunkka. They're safe from Oracle, they're safe from IO, and Astral from OD. So they need to make a lot of mess in the mid game before they can use the Kunkka's combo.
And Secret, they definitely have started to rotate more away from that top, giving Zai that solo area to play. Does mean that there's very little pressure on the ledge. Bottom lane, an opportunity's been found. They try for Puppey, but Puppey's back under the tower. Matu comes forth. Trading harass from Mind Control and a TP in from Yapso. They've got a great sleep setup from Puppey that will allow them to find at least one of these, you'd imagine. Telekinesis back onto Mind Control. They'll take the kill. Kuro's trying for the trade with the Purifying Flames, but it's not enough. Puppey is able to hide it out in the trees, and Kuro's got to run. Waveform forward. Matu's looking for a second kill. They don't have enough damage, and Weehar TP-ins there.
Has the ulti ready if he can get some charges from that Astral. That's going to be +3, but Yapster gets a kill on Kuro.
Yeah, Kuro steps in and doesn't expect that Fade Bolt to come flying in from the side. Top lane, Nigma, they'll find some action in return. They'll move in onto Zai, knowing the Secret. They put all their focus down bottom. The support TPs, meaning there was no backup for Zai available. Nigma can take the kill, and any time they clean up this top lane, Miracle's going to be able to push very, very quickly.
I like how both of these teams are processing information. You see rotation from Yapsor. Dragon Knight falls back to his tower, but the Nigma, they have the movement speed advantage. They get the kill, they get the tower, and this tower is important, not as important as the mid tower, but right now there's no one on the mid lane for a very long time.
Rotation from Nisha. If he wants to use the perfect read of the movement of Kuro. Didn't need an X mark, didn't need a boat. Gets him slap bang in the middle of the torrent, and now he has the X and the boat to look for mind control as well. He doesn't even need the boat. Nisha using the minimum, but that's all that's required to get the 2 kills off successfully with a perfect gank.
Well, Nisha is just too good. His performance on the Batrider in the previous game with the node that was amazing. And yep, I talked about it. He's going for the meme hammer. You might laugh about it, but I did the math.
Okay.
You know, you can stun people for 5 seconds.
5 seconds?
Yeah, if your Dragon Tail is maxed out, especially at the later stages of the game. If this goes to super late game,
you get the
level
talent.
20, cooldown reduction, and 2 seconds Dragon Tail stun.
All right, big brain plays from Zai. I mean that, you know, then you know it's not like he's the only disable on the team. You combo that with a Rubik, a Kunkka, an Elder Titan. That's hero slammed down for a long, long time. But it is also, you know, you do not see your offlane hero rushing Meteor Hammer that much. So it is a different way to play. We'll see if it pays off. Bottom lane, Nisha tries for the attempt, but there's more than enough save from Nigma. GH and Kuro coming to help out mind control. As Nisha won't be successful this time with the action. Weeha's attention also brought down here. Still looking for an opportunity to use that Sanity's Eclipse to get that easy kill as an OD, but Secret play it safe. They back off and keep themselves away as OD shows himself.
Yeah, they understand that this bottom tower will probably go down. Zai putting a lot of pressure with that ulti.
A bit off the mark there. Miracle tries to read Zai's movement, but Zai plays the double bluff, keeps moving in a straight line, and the stun's entirely off the mark.
A lot of rotations. So far, Matu also pressuring the mid tower. I don't think Kuro solo can stop him. Also, not enough damage on that bottom tower since Miracle moved to the top lane, so they don't have that edict.
And hard for, as you say, Kuro to stop, hard for him to really harass him at all. As with the lifesteal, Matu can always play it safe and heal himself back up to full. Just being able to head into the creeper here. Weeha, he is kind of actually shifted. Is it enough?
Yes, it is.
It is indeed. A little too far in Agi, and Weeha sneaking around in the trees, catches off Matumba Man. At 620 HP, you are not surviving that combo. No stacks needed at all, really.
Crowd cheering Weeha's name.
They're getting excited.
They want to see more than 3 games. Outpost, controlled by each team.
And 10 minutes in, so 4-4. A solid start from both lineups. You've got to watch Nigma and see how they're able to really ramp it up. They have this lineup that's very interesting in grouping up as 5. They have multiple ways to keep their cores safe. This Lesh and OD, they can frontline. Lesh is going to be doing the brunt of the damage to the buildings. This OD consistently trying to hold people back with the Astrals, build up those charges and drop the ults to win the team fights.
And he can go ham. There's 2 saves on Nigma's side. Kanka's combo's not going to be that efficient. This is what I'm afraid of. They're going to mitigate or just completely cancel every single time they try to go in with the boat and the torrent.
And trying to set up for something top, but these wards from Nigma give them all the information they need. They know that Puppey's around here to back up Zai. May even be tempted to try and go onto the Elder Titan if Puppey gets found alone. Miracle, he's going to head over and start to make a move towards him. Getting the boost up, there's the Yule setup. They've got the item for the combos. Puppey taken away. Zai, he's got to think carefully about how he disengages. He does have a TP available, but with the OD coming in, he can't really straight up go for the TP.
There's also reload.
A little relocate to send them over. He'll turn towards Miracle, trying to stop any potential with the Yules, but there's still time for the Astral to come in. Miracle, the timing's there. Nisha, has he got the boat to send him to provide him some run? He's not even going to bother. Zai will be left to die. As now Nigma, they may even be able to catch another. The root catches onto Nisha. He's a little too far back. X mark onto Miracle to try and disrupt the combo, but already Weeha, he's across with the setup. Astral onto Yapzor. Nigma, they should have another here. The boat comes flying across. Another Astral into